Okay, in this section, let's take care of the registration and login features. Okay, so first of all, we'll handle this registration, and after that, we'll work on the login. All right, so let's actually start creating the URL pattern. So first of all, I actually need the registration URL path to be like this, register. Okay, so the domain name and the register. Okay, so when someone goes to this link, and the registration form should show up, right? So we'll first create this URL pattern. So currently you see page not found, right? So for that reason, we'll actually go to this. Okay, let me close all the tabs. Okay, so I've closed all the tabs and I just want a registration URL, right? Go to awd_main urls.py. So here we'll actually say registration and login URLs. Okay, so I'll create a new path and I'll say register /views dot register comma name is equal to register. Okay, so now let's create this view, register view, right? We'll go to views.py and here I'm going to create a define register. Okay, define register, just create one view. It will take a request and say return render request comma register.html. Okay, register.html. So this is just a flow. So for every URLs, for every view, you just have to make this one. Okay, so once this view is done, let's create a new file inside the templates. Not inside the data entry. Let's put that inside the templates only. Create a new file and register.html. So we'll say h2 registration page. Okay, so let's refresh this page. Domain name /register, and you see, okay, so registration page is here. Okay, so let's quickly extend the base templates into this registration page. Delete this and just say extends base.html. Okay, after that just say okay, block content and then end block. Okay, so let's see if we get the logo and all. Okay, so we got the logo and we got the header part, right? Okay, so click on this, and now I want to click on this registration button. Then I want to link that to the registration path, right? So go to base.html because that's where we have this register button. So here just say URL space register. Okay, so URL space the name of the path. The name of the path is this one, right? So whatever name you give to this path, you have to call that here, URL space register. Now refresh the page and go to register, and you can see we are actually navigating to the register path. All right, now yeah, that's about the creating the registration path and the template. Now here on this page, we actually want to load the registration form, right? So there are two ways to make the form. One, we can actually create a HTML form and with the required fields. And another one is we can actually make use of Django model form. Okay. So what this Django model form will do is it will actually give you the replica of the forms that you see in the admin panel. Okay. So let me show you how it looks in the admin panel. If you go to admin, and here you see some forms, right? Let me click on add student. So here it gives you the form, right? So it is in the admin panel, right? So if you want to replicate the same form on the front end, then you can actually take this form and print that on your web page on your front end, right? So for that you can use the model form in Django. Okay, for example, currently what I want to do here is I just want to print the registration form, okay, which will contain the username, email address, and password, confirm password, and all that, right? So what I can do is I can just replicate this user's form. Okay, so it will actually have username, password, and password confirmation. So these are the default registration form that comes with Django, right? So if you want to add email address to this form, that is also possible, because Django comes with the default user model. Okay, so from the default user model you can actually take the email address as well. For example, you see here, right? So it is having the username, password, first name, last name, email address, and all that stuff. Okay, so these things you can actually put in your model form. Okay, so you use this user registration form on your front end and it will automatically print the form. Okay, so that's what we can do for this one. All right, so let's actually quickly create one registration feature. All right, so first of all we have to create a module called forms. Okay, so here you have to create one module which is forms.py. Forms.py. So first of all, in this forms you have to import the user creation form. Okay, let's import it from Django dot auth dot Django dot contrib dot auth dot forms import user creation form. Okay, import user creation form. This is not a model form because we have not created the user model in this project. So we are actually using the Django's default user model. Okay, so that default user model comes from Django dot contrib dot auth dot models import user. Okay, so we have not created any model called user. We are actually using the Django's default user model. Okay, so in order to make your registration form, so you can make use of this inbuilt user creation form module. Okay, so this will actually give you the form to create the user. Okay, so we have just imported this. We can actually extend the features of this user creation form. All right, let's say class registration form. Okay, we are actually creating a class registration form. So this registration form can actually be anything. Okay, so this need not to be named as a registration form. If you just want to say registration, then that is also fine. Okay, so simply I'm just naming it as a registration form, and it will extend the features of user creation form because we actually want to create the user. Okay, so if you want to change the user, there is another module called user change form. Okay, so for now we just want to use user creation form, and first of all it will take class meta. Okay, it will take class meta. So in this meta class we have to tell Django that which model we are replicating. So this is model equal to user model. Okay, the user model is coming from the Django contrib auth models, which is the default user model. And then we also have to tell Django that how many fields we want to replicate on the front end, right? So now we actually want to say email. Okay, we want the email field, and we want the username field, and then we want the password field, password 1 and password 2. In Django we call it password 1 for the password field and password 2 for the confirm password field. Okay, so we want both of them. So this is the password 1 and this is password 2. Okay, so save this file, and then what you have to do is you can make use of this registration form Okay, just copy this in your views. Okay, just copy that and just say from dot forms. First of all, you have to import the form. Okay, so in the get request, okay, first of all we say request dot method is equal to post. Then currently just we don't want to do anything here, just return it. In the else else case, just create a context. Before creating the context, you just have to say form is equal to registration form. If form is equal to registration form, and then in the context just say form colon form. Okay, form colon form, this form. All right, pass this context inside the register.html. all right, so now you can have the access of this form inside your register.html. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to create a form with the action. We can handle the action and all later. Just want to show you how it looks. Okay, just print the form. Inside the form tag, just print the form. And now if you refresh the page, you can see it has given us email address, username, password, and confirm password, right? So these are the validations. These validations will come directly from the user creation form. Okay, so right now it doesn't look good because we don't have any style to that, right? But if you say form.as_p, save it, then you can see a little bit properly arranged, right? But still it is not looking good. Okay, I agree with that. Okay, but anyways, at least it is a line by line, right? So for that you can just say form as p. But in the next one we'll actually handle the style. Maybe we'll implement the crispy form, and maybe we can actually work on the get request as well in the next video. All right, so that's about a registration form, and we'll stop this video now and we'll see you in the next one.